Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing excellent. Today we put about 200-250 miles on the Maxpeedingrod coilovers, and I'm going to show you in 3 easy steps the best way to adjust them for your RX7. Alright, so first step, we're going to get them off the vehicle. Just 2 bolts on top here. Just 1 bolt down on the bottom. And get that out. Nice and easy like that. Okay, step 1, get them off the vehicle. Step 2, you're going to want to find your coilover wrenches supplied by Maxpeedingrods. Get the coilover you just removed. And step 3, so, as many of you probably thought right from the beginning, these are absolute garbage. And, in my opinion, they're unsafe. I have an individual problem with all 4 corners from these Maxpeedingrods, even just after a short break-in period of 250 miles. So I'm not even going to adjust them to height, even though I already tried, and that's how I found a lot of these problems. We're just going to ditch these. We're going to go back to the old suspension, and I did place an order for some really nice suspension that should be coming in about a month or so. That's a hint to some of you who know handmade spec-to-order coilovers. Put your guesses in the comments below. Now, I want to show you the actual coilovers. Alright, so here's all 4 of the coilovers that came in this kit. These 2 are for the rear, these 2 are for the front. So, after a break-in period, I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop them down to the ride height I want. During that process, going down all 4 corners, I realized that each one had a pretty significant problem. So I'll go through them one by one. This is the driver's side rear. This one is leaking a bunch of fluid. You can see it all over the body here. And when I jacked it up, it's to raise it, the jack puck was just covered in hydraulic fluid. So this one is actually blown right away. This one is the passenger side, and this one, the adjustment knob just snapped off when trying to adjust it. I did email them about these issues. The only thing they replied about was that they said, oh, it's a known problem, these things have problems, so just go ahead and uninstall it, see if it's a problem, we can send you a new adjustment thing. But that just seems like kind of a crazy issue to have on a brand new set of coilovers, as cheap as they are even. This one here is the passenger side front, and I was having a lot of noise come from the passenger side front when I was turning the wheel, and I thought, oh no, I don't know what's going on here. Well, let me show you. So if you can come in closer here, Jeff. Right here, these are supposed to be rubber parts of the spring perches that quiet noise and make sure the spring isn't rubbing metal on metal. And you can see here, we did not make any adjustments to the preload. They have just come off and self-disintegrated. So all this noise is just from metal on metal rubbing when I would turn the wheel.
Yeah, they're all torn up and everything.
Yeah. This is the driver's side front, and this one, I tried to adjust it, but even after just short driving, no rain, no weather conditions, no salted roads, this threaded body will not thread into here. I actually was pulling on it so hard that the coilover adjustment wrench bent and started to score these collars. So this is not serviceable. And you can see the same thing is going on with these perch grommets. And this one here, if you get them real close, is just degraded like it's been in there for years and years and years. So these things are toast. Now, why do I say unsafe? Maybe these things are noisy, don't adjust right. Well, I'll tell you why. These locking collars, we torqued them down, they came loose. So as you're turning, the suspension threaded body is moving up and down in here. Also, I was getting a lot of strange vibration and noise. Some of that I'm sure is due to alignment, but even with that considered, it was not going well, and I don't feel like this quality of component should be on a car, period, especially one that's a performance car that you're going to try and launch, drive spiritedly, maybe even take to Mexico, perhaps even turn it sideways. So we originally got these components because everyone knows they're a great deal. We thought it'd be good to review it for the viewers on the channel and just try it out, because we had a broken suspension component. And when you're thinking about getting suspension, full suspension, and you see 250 bucks, oh, that's great. I don't even think it's worth it. Take that 250 bucks, buy a replacement for a broken component, which is what we did, we'll show you in just a moment, or put it towards saving towards something quality. And that's what I should have done, and now I'm $250 behind, even though I have placed an order for some great new stuff coming up. So that's my take on the Maxpeedingrod option, or any other $200 coilover off of eBay. So these dirty old girls right here are the suspension I've had in the car for probably over 12 years. They were a really cheap option before I could afford coilovers, when all coilovers were crazy expensive back in the early 2000s. This is a KYB gas just struts paired with RSR lowering springs. And they did fine. They made the car feel great. They lowered it to an aggressive looking height. You can see the suspension bushing rubber on these is quite old and worn, but again, this is the original 32-year-old rubber right here on these purchase.
Look at that 32-year-old rubber, couple-week-old rubber. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a very important comparison. Like, why is that bad? So the part that was broken is right here. This is the strut mount, and this bushing basically just blew through. And it also bent this top perch, so the suspension was sitting at a weird angle. I thought it was completely blown because I forgot the way these work, which is where this is a OEM style strut, and the spring goes on the stock perches. And so I was able to go on Amazon and get myself a new one here, which we've already installed, that replaces the factory OEM one, and it's actually made by KYB. So this only needs to last a few weeks, maybe a month, until the new suspension gets here. And what's nice about this is once these are done, we can give these away to a viewer or sell them on OfferUp or something like that, so they still continue to have a useful life, because they are still working and in good condition. There's no hydraulic fluid leaking. Everything is just fine. So we're going to go ahead and slap these back on the old FC so we can get driving again. All right, just got the old suspension back on. Car's sitting nice and low again. Right now we're going to jump in and take a little test drive and see how the repaired front strut feels in the car, and then hopefully that solved our problem as we're waiting for the new suspension to come. All right, got the KYB with RSR springs back on. The car feels great. No rubbing, no weird sounds or vibrations. Lift those up. All in all, this feels what is it? Probably 10, 15-year-old suspension with track bays and drift days on it. Put it back in, feels much better than that Maxpeedingrod brand new stuff did. So a lot of the reason we wanted to make this video was because we made a video showing the install and saying, hey, maybe people have good luck with this suspension. But the truth is, we did not. Maybe some of you have had perfect luck, but what you have to understand is you're running the gambit, or excuse me, you're gambling that you're going to get a good set of these, or one out of the two might be bad, or four rather, excuse me. So anyway, just stick with this. Save your money. Get something better, and want to let everybody know that since we do have a new suspension coming, and this one's in pretty good shape and lowers your car, looks great, we will be giving this away in the next upcoming video about the new suspension we get. So stay tuned if you want to do that. Subscribe, hit the link in the comments below, and when they ask you, Tell them you want more.
I'ma wake up through